How long have you been working at Instilt, and what are your expectations for the future of the organization?
So I've been working with Instilt since December of last year, I think. It was very much a learning curve for me to be in a management type position. Now carrying forward into hopefully the next 6, 7 months, I really want to be able to build up my team and be able to give them the resources and experiences they need to take on more leadership positions. I think that Instill is a great place to learn more about yourself and practice a lot of those skills. So I want to be able to give them the confidence they need to take on more projects and leadership positions within Instill and hopefully elsewhere too.
We're teaching kids, but what's something that you learned from them?
That's such a great question because you can learn a lot from kids. One of the biggest things I've learned is it's not that serious. You know, you might see a kid who you think is not paying attention to you and they're being distracting. And I think most people's initial response is to be oh, pay attention, focus up, look at me. But the reality is most kids will pay attention to you and most kids really care what they're doing. It's just maybe you're not communicating with them in the way that is best for them. So I work a lot with neurodivergent kids in classrooms usually. Usually when I talk to them, they don't look at me or whatever. You have to switch your mindset to be no, they're still paying attention. Or maybe they're not, but maybe there's a way that I can grab their attention. One thing that I've been doing is part of our bug program. I have little ladybugs, real ladybugs that the kids get to talk to and release. So I just decided to hold one while I was doing my whole speech. And the kids focused up immediately. I think basically what I've learned from them is there's not one way to educate people. It's really about laying the seeds to provide them interest further on and really working with them because they are little people that are going to grow up to be big people who are then going to maybe teach other people. There's so much potential in them and there's so much they're so smart even when you think they aren't. And it's okay, how can I nurture that?
I think that's really beautiful. I can tell that you're really passionate about what you're doing, and that's really inspiring. So, what do you think that Instilt could do to improve the quality of the lessons?
So one thing that we're doing is the curriculum. So we're really building up resources that will engage the kids more and hopefully that they can try at home themselves as opposed to just in the lessons. The other thing is we are constantly working on ways to help tutors improve their own teaching style. So we're working on ways to provide them more feedback, constructive feedback. We're not mean. We definitely try to work with people as opposed to just telling them what to do because everyone has their own teaching style and all of them are equally as important. Definitely training is something that we're putting a lot of attention to going forward. Yeah, I think those are the two main things.
Do you think the kids are benefiting from the lessons, and how?
You have some really great questions here. I absolutely think the kids are benefiting from the lessons. And it's not just okay, they didn't know English before and now they know English and that's just another language. It's no, you're teaching them how to learn languages now. So they might learn English today, but next time it might be German or it might be French or it might be Russian. So it's teaching people how to learn as opposed to just teaching the content. We don't have a very intense, immersive, every day you have to speak English for this amount of time, whatever. It's twice a week, an hour each time for 8 weeks or whatever. But what that's doing is it's really laying the foundation for them to continue learning later on.